Hey everybody, it's John. I'm on my news desk and trading desk. Exciting day today on Friday the 13th. Incredible. Solana's pumping. Going to be doing some live trades here. Well, let's see what we got on the news calendar. Today's Friday, February 13th, 2026. Do me a favor, like and share. Let's get the word out. Come on, people. I want to welcome you all to my channel. Having a great day on Friday. Bitcoin's pumping, Solana's pumping. My goodness. CPI numbers, my goodness, they've got a fall on inflation, but then silver bullion's up, and so is gold. So more on that later. So we just kind of look at the news headlines and things, what's going on. Cooler January CPI signals an inflation thaw. So Wall Street flips to gains after government reports that consumer inflation cooled in January. I'm running an algorithm that I trade with here. You can hear it in the background, so you'll hear those sounds. Inflation measure falls to nearly 5-year low as gas prices fall and housing costs cools. A lot of investors who are flippers, they're selling their flip properties at a loss just to liquidate them. So we're getting a big sell-off in housing. Iran's military degraded by the 12-year war with Israel, but has significant capabilities. Got a build-up in the Middle East. Has World War III started? It could. Church and Dwight stock, look at news on it. Cisco, new AI networking chip. Go Cisco. Gold stocks, man. Gold stocks in a bubble? That's the question. Yeah, give me a like and a share. Tell me what you think. We got, all right, S&P. Okay, the mini's off. It's flat, about off 3 points in NASDAQ, off about 42 points on the minis, Dow future minis. I go over the geopolitics and then socioeconomics. The VIX is at 20, spike in the VIX, a little bit of volatility. The Dixie at 96.82. The 10-year, bonds have been bullish recently as the US dollar's been tanking. 113-050. Crude oil 62.76 flat. Nat gas at 3.16. Gold's up above 5,000, up 77 points to 5,026. I look at the geopolitics every day and then socioeconomics. And then if you stay with me to the end, I give you free alpha. I don't care what you guys invest in. I just share with you what I do. I'm not a financial advisor. Make sure you read the risk disclosure below. Silver's up 3 points at 78.70. Precious metals active. And then cocoa off big. So, Apple computer stock is active. Micron Technologies, SanDisk up again. NVDA, Tesla. Alibaba's off about 4%. News on Caterpillar, I guess, off 2%. Western Digital off again, pumping. Palantir off about 5%. And then Amazon. So we got a lot of news, in the markets today. We'll go over it. Run it about 3 minutes, but tell me what you think. Now the chart of the day, here on bar charts, amazing, is CFG, Citizens Financial Group. New up 45% over the last year. So that's what's being reported on bar chart. So might do a live trade here. Solana fund, I purchased it the last couple of days, FSOL. It's up huge. I think we have a capitulation moment here. So I'm going to do a live trade here on FSOL, taking about 10% out of it. So hold on, I'm doing a live trade on Solana fund. It's up about over 5%, so I'll take a profit out of it. So there, we sold it. Doing a live trade here, you can hear my algorithm running in the background that I created on the artificial intelligence. So took a nice profit out of Solana overnight. So let's see what else we have here. All right, let's take a look at these trades. The blockchain ETF's up nice. Ethereum's up nice. ETHE, catching a bid there. Bitcoin's up nice, about 2% at 67,000. Bitcoin's had a nice pivot up from 65,000 to 67,000. 2,000 point pump. I think we've had a capitulation moment here. So let's see what happens. So now, the major news topics that people are talking about today, I'm covering this on my channel. So, Pam Bondi and the Trump administration, incredible with all the news related to Jeffrey and claiming the focus has shifted to the stock market. So, big technological shift. So you've got a whole redesigning of society involving the AI, the artificial intelligence, robots replacing human labor. Have you been displaced by AI? Leave comments below. Tell me what you think. And then, looks like Elon and Billy are looking for the designing of computer chips to be implemented into people's thinking and cognitive process. And then Elon expanding influence recently here in space, and telecommunications, and the new X payment platform is on deck. There's been an incredible economic collapse. The U.S. dollar has been de-dollarization event here. I got to shut this down a little bit. It's going to produce a short signal here soon enough. The de-dollarization event is something that a lot of people are talking about. I'll be covering on my channel, and the new financial system involving stable coins and Bitcoin. Bitcoin's 100% downtrend, so I'm backing the truck up on Bitcoin. Not financial advice, just information. Michael Saylor, had a recent interview that I watched, and it reminds me of a capitulation, the vibe was. 100% downtrend for Bitcoin, and then MicroStrategy MSTR shares are up nicely today. So let's see if we're going to get a capitulation. So the other topic is the geopolitics. You got huge military buildup and, possible military action against Iran and looking for regime change. So this is, a lot of news is going on with this, and looking at precious metals market and crypto and Bitcoin and the de-dollarization event. It's very intense stuff. Market volatility, stock market was off yesterday, like 600 points for the Dow, and the NASDAQ over 300 points, and a significant drop yesterday in Bitcoin. So I bought the dip in Bitcoin near 65,000, and it's pumped today. There's a huge housing crisis. Home sales have been dipping, and then again, investor flippers are dumping houses here. We'll have plenty of houses though, because the baby boomer generation, they're selling all their houses. And then utility bills are extraordinary too with the hyperinflation. People will get, $500, $2,000 utility bills just trying to heat their houses during the cold. So again, potentially war with Iran. There's, potential ground war. And my goodness, a second aircraft carrier was sent into the region, into the Middle East area. Wow. And then we got $40 trillion nearly of debt. And then another war. It's just incredible what that'll cost the U.S. So what are we doing, in warfare? Just a thought. And then also too, societal decline. There's not much intellectualism going on here in the U.S. and study. And also to the manufacturing base, the industrial manufacturing. A lot of the jobs now are being created in healthcare. So it kind of shows that, the country's not healthy, with all the fast food and toxic food and everything. So that's my trading plan today. I sold some Bitcoin for a nice 2,000 point pump, a dollar cost average SPY ETF. BKCH was up nice. Blockchain, Ethereum, ETHE up about 4% right now. I'll DCA it, and I'll DCA FSOL, which is the Solana ETF, even though I took about a 10% profit swing in FSOL in the last 24 hours. So that's really, I'm running about 10 minutes. So let's look at Yahoo Finance. I don't edit my videos, I don't run commercials either. So you can check out my ebooks. I'll give you a link to read one of my ebooks for free. And so more on that later, but Bitcoin's pumping above 67,375. So with that, Yahoo Finance is just producing news here. CPI inflation cools more than expected. Core consumer prices, which exclude energy and food, rose at the slowest rate since March 21. I don't see it, but you never know. The data that's reported gets revisions. U.S. stocks beat a retreat after surprise CPI print. Bitcoin pumps. Trump plans to roll back some steel and aluminum tariffs. Wow, incredible. NVDA share go cold. AI spending balloons. So NVIDIA stock is in a balloon, I guess so, with artificial intelligence. Coinbase, Armstrong is more bullish than ever despite crypto plunge. Myself too, I'm backing the truck up and purchasing Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana. RIVN surges 20%, earnings beat. OpenAI and Anthropic, my goodness. Goldman Sachs, news on it. Applied Material, AMAT up 12%. Wall Street AI fears turn into a blessing for Asia stocks. The Japanese Nikkei is up, huge hyperinflation bubble. So let's see, U.S. adds Alibaba and BYD to list of firms aiding China's military. So political war there in China and Taiwan, possible military action in Taiwan with Taiwan Semiconductor. It's incredible. I just read the news to myself on my news desk, and then I formulate a trading plan. U.S. rate futures rise, Fed easing in June, inflation, mortgage rates, traders price 50% odds of third Fed rate cut. Oh man, cheap Chinese feed ingredients in France, and the farmers in France are upset. I don't blame them too, having to go through, having all their food items imported from China. Who could blame them? And then trending Bitcoin, USD, Apple, RIVN, Coinbase, and Moderna. So these shares are actively traded. So now here's the thing, the top gainers, you got Tri Pointe Homes is up 27%, RIVN Automotive, Maple Bear is up 18%, Magna International, and Procore Technologies up 13%. Now Pinterest, I might be selling some puts on Pinterest today. Stock's off 21%. And DRAFTKINGS and Callaway Golf. So I might be selling some puts on Pinterest, DRAFTKINGS, and Callaway Golf. These are names that I've heard of before. So we'll kind of take a look at those. That's, running, like I said, about 13 minutes. And taking a look at the different news stories here on my channel. And it's just exciting times that we're in right now on the geopolitics and the socioeconomic. So have to really worry about housing costs and what people are expending resources on for housing. And then looking at stock market's pumping, blockchain ETF is up, Bitcoin's breaking out. Looks like it wants to clear 68,000 on a breakout. So I bought the dippy dip. Ethereum is up, nice 5% pumping. So the graded negative weighted alpha right now is Ethereum. So I've been increasing I'm selling my bags of silver bullion, not all of it, into that pump. And then I'm backing the truck up and purchasing Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana as it's retracing down in price. And we get a capitulation. So let's see, what happens there. Most active stocks, RIVN is active, NVDA, Pinterest, and DRAFTKINGS. So I like the liquidity there on such. So I'm watching the market pump here on a nice 600-point dip yesterday. Now we're getting the rally back. So that's what I have on my news desk. How can I formulate a trading plan from this? So DRAFTKINGS, Pinterest, might sell some puts there. Let's take a look at pins. Pinterest, I guess their earnings weren't so good. So huge sellers in Pinterest. I open up the option montage on Pinterest, stock symbols, pins. This is me doing live trades here on my trading desk. Trading desk, not trading disc. Okay, the 14 spot 50 puts expire in 7 days. Okay, up 146%. Stocks off 20%. Open interest is okay. High today option print is at $1.10. So might sell a put there on Pinterest. And then look at let's DRAFTKINGS. DKNG. Might sell a put on DRAFTKINGS also too. All right, the option montage here. Puts expire in 7 days, up 51% on the 22 strike. So it's at the money there, it's up huge. High today is $1.45 and 287 open interest. So might be selling some puts on Pinterest and DRAFTKING today. So that's what I have. And then also looking at, let's see, and then Callaway Golf, might sell a put there too. This is me just on my trading desk. Callaway Golf, C-A-L-Y. I guess it's an earnings play. So, my goodness. Callaway Golf is off 14%. Let's look at the puts. They expire a week from now. Let's see. Up 40%. $12.50 strike price, up 40%. See, there's big open interest in Callaway Golf too. So I might take a swing at Callaway Golf selling some puts. So man, Bitcoin's pumping, and then also too, Bitcoin, I know this sounds far out, but had a retracement to 66,666. So I bought the dip at that price level. So it's far out, so who knows? It looks like it wants to pump. Different, so I'm running about 18 minutes, just a short video today, seeing what do I like. Callaway Golf looks interesting. Pinterest, Unity software is up. Goodyear Tire is up, sold some puts there. That's what I have. So, just on my trading desk, people, having a great day, ready for the weekend. And so that's what we have. And so kind of looking at different books that I publish here, and seeing on the artificial intelligence, doing books on physics and market analysis. So, Chinese language learning was yesterday or the day before. But if you're in human resources, check out my links below for AI human resource management, how to use AI to learn HR strategies. You can check it out. And free link, you can read it for free. I'll put the link below. But please subscribe to my channel and tell me what you think. What do you guys think? Going over all these geopolitical issues, Pam Bondi, and then the pump and the capitulation. Let's look at MicroStrategy, MSTR. It's saying that, can MicroStrategy continue in the stock? It's up like 6%, strategy is. So did we have the capitulation in Bitcoin is a question. And then strategy in the last year is off 60% to a low of 106.99. So we shall see. It's pumping today. Is it a short squeeze? A capitulation? Is strategy going to zero? Can they pay their dividend? So opinion only. That's really what I have today. All these big political events. Iran, and then hyperinflation and real estate market, and healthcare costs are going up, and the utilities. So that's what I have, everyone, for today. It's John. I'm on my news desk and trading desk. I say this every day. I give thanks for my abundant supply now manifested. I have it now. So thanks, everyone. Tilly Hatt is back, supporting Australasia. So running 20 minutes. Have a great weekend, everyone. And let the trend be your friend. Pump up the jam. Thanks.